Welcome to the stream. Let me just set up my camera. And if you read the title, hopefully this isn't... Okay. So we're going to be reading The Lost Cause of Bleak Creek by the people who make good mythical morning. I'm on my chair. And I will be streaming until I finish the book. From beginning to end. Why? I don't know. I cannot think of a more exciting novel to read in... Oh, right, that's the reviews. The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek. The boy raced through the woods, blood streaming from his hand. He was growing faint. Can't pass out, just gotta make it to the fence. He heard the pursuers yelling. They sounded panicked as he felt. He didn't know if the dizziness was due to blood loss or the shock of what just happened. They were gonna kill me. He'd known this place was twisted from day one when they stripped him of everything, including his own name. But even with all the vile things he had seen, he had still assumed that the brutal punishments were designed to intimidate, not exterminate. That's why he'd been so calm, willingly letting them guide him along blindfolded and gagged right up until the moment they sliced his palm. What if this particular test was no different? Maybe he was doing exactly what they wanted him to, running through the trees like a trophy animal. They had only cut his hand, no arteries, plus he'd somehow gotten away from the two men holding him. One of them enormous, much bigger than any of the other adults he'd seen there. Had they purposely let him go? No, he shouldn't sell himself short. He'd fought like hell. The boy felt a flash of pride. All those hours of memorizing John Claude Van Damme's moves had been worth it. He can't wait to read Raw to Kickboxer. He struggled to move at full clip, as branches, rocks, and logs snuck up on him in the sparse moonlight. He dodged the obstacles, hoping he was heading in a straight line. Where's the damn fence? He saw it just before he collided with it. The grass of the pasture on the other side of the chain links growing in a dull gray under the night sky. He started to climb without thinking. Pain exploding as the metal wire slipped into his open wound. He sniffled a scream, hoping to conceal his exact point of escape. While cleaning his jaw, summoning the resolve to hoist up the 10-foot barrier, he saw a cut section of fence not 5 steps away. Lucky. He pushed his way through the flap and stood in the pasture. He heard the roar of an engine to his left, a pickup truck that hurling across the pasture in his direction. They were trying to head him off. He broke into a sprint toward the cover of the trees, bordering the pasture. His shadow was sprawling in front of him as the headlights shined on his back. He was confident in his speed, 99th percentile in the President's Challenge shuttle run. He timed himself. But they were closing the distance, fast. Get to the tree line. He knew there would be barbed wire cow fence at the edge of the field. he'd have to clear it in stride. In only a matter of seconds, they would be upon him. He was a few steps from the trees. The headlights lit up the short fence, helping him judge his distance. He shuddered, stepped his leap, then threw his lead leg in the air. A clean jump. He heard the truck skid to a stop on the wet grass behind him. The doors opening, men screaming. He knew the stretch of forest well. There was barely a patch of nature around town that he hadn't explored. Another 100 feet or so, he'd make it to the clearing. He broke into the lane cut through the forest, a grassy corridor that followed the sewage line along its lazy descent to the water treatment plant. Here, the chasers clumsily moved through the woods, crashing into branches and grumbling to themselves. Morons. Randomly choosing a direction, he dashed down the clearing, reaching a manhole in less than 50 steps. He grabbed a nearby stick and jammed it into the notch of the cover. Just as he'd done 1,000 times before. No longer thinking about his throbbing hand, the weighty metal disc lifted, releasing an acrid smell. He raised the lid on its edge and swiftly descended into the rank darkness below, skittering down the iron rungs as fast as he could. The disheveled men popped out of the trees no more than 10 seconds later, after he dropped the manhole cover in place. The boy listened as their cursing voices passed him. He waited in the stinking silence for another 5 minutes, thrusting open the cover, He emerged into the damp air. The boy fled deeper into the woods. Chapter 1. I don't know if anyone's writing in chat. I usually see the notifications when I'm doing a game and looking at my phone, but this time is real life stuff. I'm legit reading a book. I'm literally on chapter 1, and that was just a prelogue, and now I'm going to be moving on to chapter 1. We've now been streaming for, I have no clue how long. Oh, I can see. That was 10 minutes? 8 minutes? Has anyone been writing in the chat? Oh, there's 2 viewers. Why have I not been checking this? Let's see. Why does it look like I have makeup on? Do I? Because I don't. At least I don't think I do. Alright. Oh. Hi, Jake Nike 8. I should be reading the chat. Alright. Chapter 1. Though Rex McClellan knew that he and his best friends were about to attempt something audacious, he never could have anticipated the Category 5 suckstorm that would spin out from the next hour of his life. As he scanned the crowd for Leaf and Alicia, his dad's camcorder heavy in his backpack, the muggy August day. Okay, I'm bored of reading. I'm gonna stop. I know the title says streaming until I finish the book, but this is boring. I just got finished with school. Here, how about this? At some point, I'll post a video of, I'll post a video of me just reading each chapter individually so I don't have to do it all in one shot. I've already been streaming for 10 minutes and that's long enough. That's a lot of reading, my dude. Hello, I am first. Then he died. The end. Run, boy, run. See ya.